Well, that does change things round. On Nicholas Puran's face. That first one went for 6. This has just found the man out at deep mid-wicket, and that is a wicket that will go down very nicely indeed for the Warriors.
Yeah, just a change in length slightly. Had to fetch it from outside the off stump. You can see from Captain Pollard's reaction that he knows it's a big wicket, because an informed Nicholas Puran is dangerous. He goes for 49, 163 for 4.
चाहिए हार्पिक 10x मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड पे ठहर के दे तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई, मिटाए पीलापन और करे जरासीम का भी खात्मा।
Well, new man is Najibullah Zadran. 163 for 4. 3.5 overs still to go. Still targeting that 200 if they possibly can here, the Emirates. Well, that's gone straight up in the air. First ball goes straight up. Should be the simplest of chances, and is. So Gurbaz just makes sure with the gloves that is 2 wickets in 2 balls. So the shortest possible of stays for Najibullah.
I think he just got on a little quicker than he expected. There was no position to play that shot. Yeah, good surprise delivery to get first up. That can happen when you see Nicholas Puran swatting it around like flies, and then you get out there and it's a little quicker than expected. That one goes for a 0. It's 163 for 5.
आपको चाहिए हार्पिक 10x मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड पे ठहर के दे तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई, मिटाए पीलापन और करे जरासीम का भी खात्मा।
Hello friends.
Well, we have the chance for the first hat-trick of this DP World T20. Sadiq is the man who has taken 2 in 2, and the man at the other end, DJ Bravo.
Basically, okay, set को ये आपको बताऊंगा कि आप इस मैच को कुछ है आपको प्ले कर सकते हैं। So हमारी जो तक अनुसार
Well, ducks underneath, so the hat-trick is avoided.
एक लाइक ही कर दो यार, स्टार तो तुम दे नहीं सकते।
Turnaround in the over 6 first ball.
इसकी फील्डिंग की वजह से
Puran then hits it to mid-wicket. Najibullah then miscues straight up in the air. This was Nicholas Puran. Straight to him. Couldn't have picked him out better, could he? That's the frustration. We were saying this might be a double-digit over. It's 8. 2 wickets and 1 ball left. Even despite the misfield. No run from that final ball. 163 for 5.
डेटॉल सोप का जर्म डिफेंस प्रोटेक्ट करे 100 बीमारी फैलाने वाले जरासीम से और दे यकीनी हिफाजत।
बनाओ हर सुबह ऑल पर हैप्पी सुबह।
They have the experience, they have the power, but what can they do in these last 3 overs? bowlers used by Moeen Ali. Captain just tried himself for one, was the most expensive of the day. 18 runs from that one Moeen Ali over. Safe bet he won't be bowling again on these last 3 overs. It's Chris Woakes. Woakes outstanding at the top of the innings, economical and wicket taking. Now needs to finish things off. He has just this one left to complete his allocation of 4. Well, captain is always on call, isn't he? Always on duty. Just flicked away for 1.
And they've just pulled it back nicely. Have the Warriors. It looked like Emirates would get to that 200 mark quite easily. But if we've got to get there now, these two will have to play a huge part, because if you look at the batters to follow, you think a lot would rest on the big man's shoulders.
Well, he's hit it very flat and very hard. Just a couple of yards away from that man in the deep at long on, but nothing he could do to get in the way of it.
Well, it's a good thing he got his placement right, because it was at a catchable height, as you said, flat. That's 6. But the good part of the shot from Cameron Pollard was the placement.
Yeah, that's the raw power, isn't it? Because he didn't get the elevation. But when a man that size hits it, it stays hit. Both those men in the deep, long on, long off, very straight. Change of pace from Woakes, anticipating that Karen Pollard will be looking for something big again. In the end, he just has to nudge it for 1. Now, earlier in the day, Chris Woakes was the man to strike against Andre Fletcher. Fletcher with 22 to his name had looked in good form. That had bounce, it had a little bit of movement, and this little attempt to get it down the third man, just to flex it into the gloves. Good catch. That goes down as our DP World smart delivery. Not yet of the day, but it's a strong contender. It's lower again. Good change of pace. Good intelligent bowling from Chris Woakes.
Have a look at the projected scores. At the current rate, 194, 11 and over 197. So one would assume that Emirates would be disappointed if they don't get to that 200 mark.
Yeah, only because it looked as though they were going to cruise there. But you wouldn't be unhappy at the start of the day, would you? Get offered that. Now that's squeezed through. That has squeezed through, but it's Chris Woakes who will tell you the story that it's not actually, or should not be, a wicket. They're not asking. Or are they asking? Woakes signalled initially that it was squeezed through bump ball. No one looks particularly, well, I say no one looks particularly excited. Moeen Ali comes in late in the day to say what's going on. Now, have they asked, have they not asked? What's going on? Certain element of confusion out there, but it looks as though the umpires are seeking confirmation one way or the other. Always good to be sure. Off signal says no, and the sign for a new big screen TV. Third umpires to make absolutely sure. Crystal clear vision upstairs.
Well, it's one of those where the bowler said not out, and yeah, normally you'd think, okay, listen, the bowler said not out, the fielding side said not out, you take their word for it and move on with the game.
It's one of those ones where everyone has gone, well, okay, we suspect, as I think has just been proven, that there is no case to answer. This could be thrown out in the Court of Appeal very, very swiftly. The jury will not have to sit for long on this. First of all, it pitches in front of the bat then squeezes down pretty firmly just over the top of it, straight into the ground in between the creases. And the only reason for not out not to be shown now is if someone presses the wrong button. All
आपको चाहिए हार्पिक 10X मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड फिट हेयर के लिए तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई। मिटाए।
Bravo tries to get it away on the offside. That sort of very, very familiar flourish of the bat.
Well, you just mentioned the only way that would be not out if someone presses the wrong button. I wonder if that's ever happened.
You know it's happened. You know it's happened. Again, that flourish of the bat, it's somehow found its way down. There's good pace and bounce there. It's found its way, just bouncing, what, 5 or 6 yards in front of third.
Yeah, again, just a little quicker than Bravo expected. That's why he was in no position to play the shot that he wanted to play. As you can see, no real position, no balance. Both feet off the air as he played that shot.
Such a flourish, isn't it? It's just, I mean, it's that sort of wristy flourish that will get the ball somewhere. Maybe not where he wanted it to go, but he gets it somewhere for sure. Tries the Yorker. Just slightly overpitched, but at this stage of the innings, finding the fielder for one will suit the bowler, Sadiq, and will suit his captain, Moeen. Tough times for bowlers at the end of the innings, especially when you've seen a side like my Emirates tonight crash it all round the park for a lot of this 20 overs. But just at the end here, a little bit of momentum has gone out of this. Takes pace off. One bounce for.
And that flourish again with the bat for Bravo. Oh, as his jersey would tell you, Sir Champion. How good is that? Back of the jersey has Sir Champion on it.
A few weeks to go before you're champion, I can tell you that. If it goes well, maybe he will have foretold the future. He might well be a champion or a member of a championship winning team here in the UAE in about 4 weeks' time, if this continues this way. Again to fall, again the flow. It's as if he plays the same shot, whatever the length, almost whatever the line, but he's got that away nicely.
Yeah, 2 consecutive boundaries now, double digit over already, 1 ball yet to come. It just goes back to a word that you used just a little while back, momentum. If you have a look at the score now, 183 for 5, if the Warriors can restrict MI Emirates to about 190, it's still a daunting task. But they'll feel that, listen, they were going to get to 200, 210 at one stage. We've sort of held them back. Maybe, just maybe, we've got a little momentum going our way. Edged and will be 4.
Yeah, that's going to run away again. So yeah, it's just, it changes almost by the ball, doesn't it? 0-1-1 at the start of the over, then 3 consecutive boundaries.
आपको चाहिए हार्पिक 10X मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड पे ठहर के दे तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई, मिटाए पीलापन और करे जरासीम का भी खात्मा।
Put it on, the change of length. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. When you don't, you see those boundaries rack up. So 14 from that 19th over, 1 over to go. So, final over of this My Emirates innings. 187 for 5. If they're going to make 200, the maths is very straightforward. It needs 13 from this over. And guess what? It's going to be that mix of non-spinning off-spin and drift from Mohammad Nabi. Now, he's seen the ball disappear over the boundary before today. He's going to go round the wicket. He's got, where have he got the men? We've got the men out at long off, long off. We've got the man out at a wideish deep mid wicket. So that's the hitting arc for Karan Pollard. He fancies a reverse sweep. There's a man on the boundary there as well. Good luck. Take that. Drift wide. And, well, it would appear that the captain of My Emirates, and you take your pick, it's either MI or My Emirates, wants to be the man to clear the boundary. Well, that's cleared the ordinary mid-off, and there's a man almost directly behind him.
And they have taken a run again, and I find this really unusual because at the other end you've got DJ Bravo who just hit 3 consecutive boundaries. He's not a rabbit. He can handle himself. He's got runs in T20 cricket. He's not a tail ender. And that's why I find this a little strange.
I hope in 20 overs and 4 balls time it's not 2 to win. Actually, I hope it is. Pulls away again. Seen that earlier in the innings as well. Well, the pressure, pressure, does Karan Pollard feel pressure? But the expectation is there. Now, he's put pressure on himself by not taking those singles. He's gambling he's going to clear the ropes at some stage in this over. Once, twice. Well, it was Pollard who pulled away the ball before. It's Nabi who pulls out of the delivery this time round. There's mind games being played here. Okay, are we ready? Hey, go for it. Full toss. Yep, that will do it. That's what Karan Pollard was waiting for. And if anyone's won that little bout of mind games, I'm afraid it's the MI Emirates captain.
Yeah, a bit of a freebie from Nabi. It's a buffet ball. Help yourself, and Karan Pollard says, thank you very much. I will indeed.
As we said before, he hits it, it stays hit. The biggest 6 of the day so far. Always. He's dragged it for 4 with one hand. Gotta wonder where or if this field is actually set correctly, because that was actually 2 poor deliveries in a row.
Yeah, again, just the power of the big man. Lost his shape while playing that shot, but just brute power.
The cry was easy one. There were 2 of those available at the start of the over, but he's done a bit of damage with that 6 and the 4 in quick succession. We have 1 ball left. We are 2 runs short of the 200 mark. DJ Bravo is the man to see if he can take the Emirates up to 200 or maybe beyond. Well, he's hit it straight and he's hit it long. That is the way to finish the innings in supreme style. just proving that if he'd had that strike early in the over, he might have done a bit more damage. But DJ Bravo finishes with yet another 6.
आपको चाहिए हार्पिक 10X मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड पे ठहर के दे तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई, मिटाए पीलापन और करे जरासीम का भी खात्मा। आपको चाहिए हार्पिक 10X मैक्स क्लीन। इसका खास गाढ़ा फॉर्मूला कमोड पे ठहर के दे तेजाब के मुकाबले 10 गुना बेहतर सफाई, मिटाए पीलापन और करे जरासीम का भी खात्मा।
1 of 20, and it's really taken the momentum with them into the dressing room.
Well, yeah, each and every time any side in the world passes 200, they think they have a chance. It's a good pitch, sir. Let's just say that. It's a very, very good pitch. We've seen the ball clear the boundary many, many times today. And we know that the Warriors, Sharjah Warriors, have some power in their batting lineup as well, but they're going to have to go well. Have to go well if they're going to make the 205 that are needed to win this game. So, good striking, first of all, from Mohammad Wasim, the UAE player, 71 from 39. Fletcher went well. Pooran went even better, 49 from 30. Pollard finished with 22 from 13. And Bravo, that's 6 off the final ball, 21 not out from 10. 204 for 5 at the end of the 20 overs. Whole handful of bowlers used, 7 of them. When Alia's captain just bowled his one, the most expensive of the day. And, well, the attention will remove now from the bowlers. Let's not worry about the bowling figures. It's all going to be about what the Sharjah Warriors batsmen can do in the second part of this game. So they know the target. Right, let's get some reaction now from downstairs. Niall O'Brien is with Chris Wokes.
World Cup winner, Sharjah Warrior paceman Chris Wokes, well bowled, 2 for 23. What worked well for you?
Well, I mean, new ball offered a little bit, I thought, but at the same time, tried to keep it pretty simple. Tried to hit a length, a good length on this pitch, was pretty much a test length sort of thing. So, offered a little bit with the new ball, and then obviously you bring in your variations towards the back end. But you know, it's a good score, but also I think it's a good pitch. Maybe the lights have taken effect now; it's skidding on a little bit better. So, hopefully we can get close.
What will you be telling your batsmen? What worked for you? So you got to tell the batter, you got to do this.
Yeah, I mean, as I just said, I think the new ball offered a little bit, so I think the guys at the top might have to be a little bit watchful potentially. But then also, if you get up to a flyer, you know, and you get a few out the middle, then you keep going, don't you? You try and get ahead of the rate and take advantage of that power play. So hopefully we can do that.
Enjoying the tournament so far?
Yeah, obviously really good to get started. Obviously watched a bit of the game last night. And obviously the first edition of any tournament's exciting. And, we're just glad to get out there and get amongst it.
All the best.
Cheers, mate. No worries. Cheers, Bob.
Well, yeah, he certainly played his part with the ball. If his compatriots, his colleagues in that bowling attack had shown the same sort of economy rates, it would have been a different day. But we know, and they know, what the target is. 205 runs needed from the 20 overs, and we'll see that chase very, very swiftly.
The best of the best, you know. With the best of the best, you know.
Picked it up.
दूसरा छक्का इस ओवर का होने रे और ये
डेटॉल सोप का जर्म डिफेंस प्रोटेक्ट करे 100 बीमारी फैलाने वाले जरासीम से और दे यकीनी हिफाजत।
अंदाज बदला है वक्त के साथ कई बार, नहीं बदली अच्छाई की मिठास। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क का वही क्लासिक क्रीमी टेस्ट अब न्यू लुक में। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
अपनों को रखना है अगर 10 गुना महफूज, तो बदलनी होगी साबुन की आदत। सिर्फ डेटॉल लिक्विड हैंड वॉश दे, साबुन के मुकाबले में 10 गुना बेहतर तहफ़्फ़ुज़।
पहला
चाय चाहिए?
तो बोलो चाय चाहिए, बस लिप्टन चाहिए।